Today, I want to talk to you about 10 things I quit as I was getting older, and perhaps some of these you should quit too. The first thing you should quit is sleeping in. Sleep is absolutely essential to our overall health. However, too much sleep or sleeping at the wrong time, we miss out on a lot of really cool things. My favorite thing to do is wake up before the sunrise. And when I'm exercising, I try to time it so can see dark give way to light each and every morning. It's so awe-inspiring to see the sunrise each and every day to remind us what the possibility and opportunities lie in the day ahead. When I do oversleep and miss the sunrise, I find that my day is not as fulfilled as it normally is. But starting the day off right, getting some things done, following your morning anchors, attacking the day, having a few really quick wins in the morning is a really great way to start the day on the right foot. And just seeing the sunrise is a really great motivation to be able to do that. The next thing I quit is quit reading the news. I used to think that being informed about every little thing was great. I thought as a member of society, I needed to know everything that was going on. However, the news today causes so much stress, and there's so many things that I'm powerless to control that it's one less thing that can contribute to my anxiety if I am not aware. And the things that are most important, I do find out about. I do hear about it in conversations, and there are other ways to stay up to date, but reading the news each and every day created a lot more anxiety than I thought I needed. There's so much negativity in the world today, and the news tends to highlight all of those negative feelings in the world. It really contributed to poor mental health for me. And I can tell you that I used to have fear of missing out by reading the news. By simply not reading the news each and every day, I am much less anxious and have a greater sense of fulfillment in my life. I encourage you to take a little time off from the news and see how that impacts your day. Number 8 on my list is ignoring the relationships that matter. It is so easy to get comfortable with those that you are closest to that unfortunately we take those relationships for granted. And as I get older, I realize that these relationships, these people might not be around forever. I might not be around forever. We are continually changing, evolving. People come in, people go. And right now, with the relationships that matter, you need to make sure you're not taking those relationships for granted, especially those closest to you. Be sure to take time out each day, show some appreciation and recognition for the most important people in your life. That is not only good for you, it's also good for them too. Number 7 on my list is to quit making judgments and assumptions. So often we are assuming malicious intent or assuming negligence of people's intent, when the reality is they could be completely oblivious to the world around them, have no intent whatsoever. You are just assigning meaning to an action that is irrelevant. Have you ever been driving down the road and somebody cut you off? You just think, wow, what an asshole. Why did they cut me off? Don't they know I'm trying to get to school on time or work on time, or I'm in a rush for something? They must be on their phone. And you create this story in your head about what you think people are thinking, when in reality, that's not the case. It probably was an accident. There was no intent there to harm or upset you. But the events that we interpret every day as not going our way, so often we make these assumptions and judgments that just cause greater stress and negativity in our lives. Number 6 is committing to things you don't care about. We all love to feel helpful. We want to feel useful. We want to feel included. So we say yes to the dumbest shit we could ever say yes to. And like Derek Sivers says, if it's not a hell yes, it should be a no. And that's the case with so many things that we commit to. And before you know it, We have overcommitted our schedules. We've overcommitted our lives, find ourselves dreading the things that we said yes to. So simply saying no alleviates so much anxiety. If there is a dinner date that you're invited to and you say yes, but you know you really don't want to go, just say no. Because think of all of the mental capacity that is taken up by the dread of going to the event, the anticipation of the event, or in the worst case, waiting to the absolute last minute to say no, and that having a negative implication on a possible friendship or some other work obligation. Simply say no. Clear your schedule, clear your mind, and if you're not super excited about something, say no. You should be saying no way more than you're saying yes. Number 5, I wish I learned this sooner. Don't spend money on stupid shit solving problems you don't have. I can't tell you how many packages have arrived at my door because I thought I was buying this one thing that was going to solve all of my problems. And guess what? It didn't. It created more problems. I'm probably still paying for something I bought 5 years ago. It's ridiculous. We are constantly bombarded by marketing through social media, through the internet sites we visit, through campaigns on billboards and influences of friends that cause us to make really stupid choices to buy things we don't need. We create clutter, we damage the environment. Our environmental impact from buying stupid shit we don't need is through the roof. Don't buy stupid shit you don't need. You are not going to solve a problem you think you have. And that problem you think you have is probably never, ever going to happen. I have never once in all of my years purchased something to solve a problem and have that problem ever occur. It's just never happened. I have over-prepared, spent too much mental energy, too much money buying shit I don't need. So don't buy shit you don't need. Number 4, quit obsessing about things you can't control. We can be upset about the election. We could be upset about what somebody said in social media. But the reality is, we are not going to change the person's mind. We can participate in a meaningful way to society by not holding judgment and not obsessing over the small, insignificant things that you can't control. Yes, you can absolutely be upset about the environment, pollution, all of those things, but as one person, you cannot fix it. But what you can do is take small, meaningful actions each day that are beneficial to you, which in turn will eventually be beneficial to the environment. So make great small choices, be a good human, and don't obsess about the dumb shit you can't control. That includes changing other people's minds. You can change minds not by an argument, but by being a role model that others will follow. Number 3, quit putting things off until someday. I can't tell you how many times I have said, I'll start tomorrow. I'll start that exercise program tomorrow. I'll start that diet tomorrow. I'll stop buying shit tomorrow. I'll start reading more tomorrow. Guess what? Tomorrow is not guaranteed. What you need to do is quit having overconfidence that your future self will make the right decision. If it's worth doing, it's worth doing today. Even if it's the smallest action, it's worth doing today. So don't put things off till tomorrow that you can do today, because tomorrow is not guaranteed. If it's important today, it'll be important tomorrow. And if it's important tomorrow, it should be important today. Don't unnecessarily postpone things till tomorrow, because your tomorrows become yesterdays faster than they become tomorrows. Number 2, quit caring what other people think. That's really, really hard to do. I read something I don't agree with, I just want to reach through the screen and just be like, listen, you don't understand. Guess what? It doesn't matter. You're never going to change their mind. So quit caring about what other people think. Did you buy a fancy car? So people driving down the road will look at you and think, wow, that person's really got their shit together. They got a fancy car. Guess what? People don't give a shit. They only care about their fancy car. They are not looking at you. They may be judging you, making assumptions, but you're not that person. So don't do that. And along the same lines, quit relationships that don't work. People got to go. It is the worst thing. It sounds like the worst thing to say, but it's not. Some people are meant to be in your lives at certain times, and in other times, it's not right to have them in your life. And it's okay to let them go. It's okay to outgrow friendships. It's okay to develop new friendships. But don't keep holding on to friendships and relationships that are not beneficial, especially if they are overly negative and impact you and others in a negative way. If it's abusive in any way, get help and get out. Do not stay in relationships that are not working, and quit caring about what other people think. And finally, number 1 on my list is don't neglect your health. By the time you are in a health emergency, it is too late to change. I'm not a doctor, but I do know you should be moving every day and you should be eating right. Your health is a direct reflection of your decisions in your past self. Make sure you are taking your health very seriously and taking care of your body, because by the time there's a problem, it's often too late. The choices you make today are going to directly impact your future self. These are 10 things that I have quit as I've gotten older, and I hope you found this video useful. And if you have some things to include in your list, please leave a comment below. And this is a new channel, so if you wouldn't mind subscribing and sharing, if you found the content entertaining and helpful, I'd love it. Until the next video, thank you.